Hare Krishna. I'll be speaking about Rukmani Dwadashi. Sri Rukmani Dwadashi is observed as the birthday, that is, the day Rukmani Devi appeared on earth, the consort of Lord Krishna. Although born of an earthly king, her position as an incarnation of goddess Lakshmi is described throughout Puranic literature. The love story of Rukmani and Lord Krishna and their elopement is one of the most famous stories associated with Lord Sri Krishna. Rukmani was the daughter of Bhishmaka, the king of Vidarbha. Bhishmaka was the vassal of King Jarasandha of Magad. She fell in love with and longed for Krishna, whose virtue, character, charm, and greatness she had heard much of. Rukmani's eldest brother, Rukmi, though was a friend of evil King Kamsa, who was killed by Krishna and was set against the marriage. According to the Mahabharata and the Puranas, it is stated that if there was any one woman just as beautiful and virtuous as she was, it was Rukmani. Rukmani's parents wanted to marry Rukmani to Krishna, but Rukmi, her brother, strongly opposed it. Rukmi was an ambitious prince and did not want to earn the wrath of Emperor Jarasandha, who was ruthless. Instead, he proposed that she be married to his friend Shishupal, the crown prince of Chedi. Shishupal was also a vassal of Jarasandha and hence an ally of Rukmi. Bhishmaka gave in, but Rukmini, who had overheard the conversation, was horrified and immediately sent for a Brahman, Sunanda, whom she trusted, and asked him to deliver a letter to Krishna. She asked Krishna to come to Vidarbha and kidnap her to avoid a battle where her relatives may be killed. She suggested that he do this when she was on her way to the temple or back. Rukmani asked that he claim her to marry her. Krishna, having received the message in Dwarka, immediately set out for Vidarbha, where with Balram, his elder brother. Meanwhile, Shishupal was overjoyed at the news from Rukmi that he could simply go to Kundina, present-day Kondanyapur, Amaravati district, and claim Rukmani. Jarasandha, not so trusting, sent all his vassals and allies along because he felt that Krishna would certainly come to snatch Rukmani away. Bhishmaka and Rukmini received the news that Krishna was coming by their respective spies. Bhishmaka, who secretly approved of Krishna and wished he would take Rukmini away, had a furnished mansion set up for him. He welcomed them joyfully and made them comfortable. Meanwhile, at the palace, Rukmini got ready for her upcoming marriage. She went to the Parvati temple to pray, but was severely disappointed when she did not see Krishna. As she stepped out, she saw Krishna, and he soon swept her into his chariot with him. They both started to ride off when Shishupal noticed them. All of Jarasandha's forces quickly started chasing them, while Balram occupied most of them and held them back. Rukmi had almost caught up with Krishna and Rukmini. Krishna and Rukmi duelled with the inevitable result of Krishna's victory. When Krishna was about to kill him, Rukmini fell at the feet of Krishna and begged that her brother's life should be spared. Krishna, generous as always, agreed, but as punishment, shaved Rukmi's head and let him go free. There was no greater shame for a warrior than a visible sign of defeat. According to the folklore, Lord Krishna came to the village of Madhavpur Gate after kidnapping Rukmini and got married to her at this very place. In the memory of that event, there is a temple built for Lord Madhav Rai. A celebration of this event is held at Madhavpur in the memory of this marriage every year in a cultural fair. At Dwarka, Krishna was married to Rukmani with great pomp and ceremony. Rukmani Dwadashi is observed on the 12th day of the Shukla Paksh, that is the waxing phase of moon of Vaishakh month, April to May. It is believed that those who offer worship, prayers, and pujas with flowers will have their wishes fulfilled. Prayers dedicated to Rukmani Devi are held on the day at Lord Krishna's temples. Special pujas are held at the Dwarkadish temple in Mathura on this day. Thank you. Hare Krishna.